Yeah.
Yes, what's going on, Rebels Advocates? Back again. What's going on? Nice subject today. Well, what everyone's talking about anyway. Yo, mate, anyway. But two subjects anyway. We're gonna talk about Andrew Tate as well, and stuff that's what's been going on since he got released, and talk about your mate Schofield. So, who's in the building? Johnny in the building?
Yo, well gone, boom, man. You blessed?
Yeah, bless. You alright?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, wicked. Artie?
Yeah, what's going on, peeps?
You alright?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Yourself?
Yeah, blessings.
Good.
Blessings. Shall we start with the Andrew Tate?
Fun.
Since I mean, we know about he went inside and all that stuff and anything like that, but we don't know. I mean, what's happened since he's come back out? Is he on house arrest or something like that? Is he on house arrest still, or what's going on there? There was some interview that came out in it, right? That you guys had a look at. Go on, give us some insight on that interview that you guys saw.
Basically, he's on house arrest now, and him and his brother are on house arrest, and he agreed to do a interview with the BBC. So they've obviously done that. He's had his solicitor present, so he's got a woman solicitor in the background. So basically, if the BBC reporter was asking questions that would like mess up his case, she'll basically say, don't answer that. So basically, yeah, he gave like a half an hour, 35-minute interview. And she was just asked, she was basically accusing him of stuff, saying, you're this, you're that, you make women do certain things. The teachers in schools are blaming you for the male students not listening to the teachers in school and going against certain things. But my mum was basically saying, you can't blame me for that. I just try to encourage men to do better and like know themselves and certain things. And then the woman was just trying to rip into him. And then my mum was basically like, you're not here to interrogate me, innit? You're here to interview me. I've invited you into my house and all that. And then, yeah, she just come off as the typical woman, innit? Like she was saying, like just coming off like, you're this, you're that. You make women do this. You make them don't do OnlyFans and you take their money. There's women that's giving like statements and all of that. But my man's basically saying none of it's proven, innit? Like it's all hearsay. There's no evidence against him, but obviously certain things he's saying he couldn't talk about, innit? Because it's like an ongoing case, innit? But yeah, it was a bit of a weird one still, because I didn't expect him to do one with the BBC, but yeah.
What about you, Artie? Did you have a look at it?
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces of it. I didn't see all of it. I saw the bits that Johnny was talking about where, yeah, I mean, she was being harsh, innit? It's like she was in certain situations maybe trying to sort of be antagonistic, you know what I mean? And try to come across that way, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, think what you want to think, but you're coming into his house at the end of the day. So show a little bit of courtesy behind it. But yeah, it was a bit mad, the interview, man. It was lively.
Maybe I think it was wrong for a woman to do the interview because this woman that was doing the interview, she was like, obviously because she's a woman and the charges against him are against women, innit? So it's like, she wasn't being professional in what she was doing, innit? She was just trying to rip into him. You're this, you do this to women, you do that. And my man's like, where's your proof? Like, so maybe they should have let a man do it because, yeah, it didn't work. And it was kind of a shambles, if you ask me, but, you know.
Yeah, I agree. It's a bit silly, isn't it? It just worked. It didn't work out. It wasn't constructive. I don't think it was constructive. Anything was sort of constructive. It wasn't. It was just her trying to say he's done these certain things, and my man saying, "No, I didn't." It was just, you did it. He said, "No, I didn't." You did it. You did it. And it's like, she's not even asking no proper question. She's just trying to grill him in it, and my man's just not having it. He's like, "No, you don't do that. This is my house. You respect me. I've let you in my house." And yeah, it's crazy. But, yeah, what was her name? Lucy Williamson. That was the woman.
Name. I know what she looked like, but I didn't even know her.
Yeah. Lucy
Is
Williamson.
Is that the woman who done the interview? Yeah.
Yeah, for the BBC.
Okay.
I mean, so yeah, like Johnny said, he's still on house arrest, and you know, and
he's still on house arrest.
Yeah.
She was trying to use that against him, saying, "Well, you're on house arrest and you went to prison, so there must be something why they held you." And my man's like, there's no evidence. Like, there's no evidence that I've done these things. I haven't done these things. People always get sent to prison. Like, there's people that are innocent that get sent to prison. It's just a process you have to go through. And then, yeah, she was just on a bit of a mad one still, man. Like, when she looks back at that interview, she should be disappointed with herself still, because, yeah, that was an opportunity that she wasted, in it. It's just, like, it didn't work out.
Yeah, I mean, she's obviously, she's representing the BBC, so maybe they give her that directive to interview him in that style. You know what I mean? Because it didn't work. But it's not, like you said, it wasn't constructive either way, innit? It's just back and forth sort of thing. You know what I mean? People almost taking shots at each other.
Is that how you felt it went as well? How that one was going, and was she trying to get one back for the women and stuff? Supposedly.
Yeah, that was it. Really, I felt it was like, she was just trying to get back at him, shooting back, and like if she approached it differently, maybe she could have got possibly some different responses that might have, I don't know, like it would have been a better interview, but maybe that's what she wanted to do, innit? Like I said, who knows if that's her style, or maybe they said to her that's the best way, and that's sort of a combative interview, and then it will come across like that, and obviously they're going to get people watching it, innit?
But she did. So I remember even one of the things she said to him, you're not a good example for young boys because you drive nice cars and smoke cigars. And my mum was like, what? I was like, what's that got to do with anything? I drive nice cars and I smoke cigars. My mum's like,
stupid stuff.
I remember when I was watching it, I had to rewind it in case I missed something. And I put it back and she goes, well, you drive expensive cars and smoke cigars. Like, my mum was like, oh, and you know that Tate brother, you know he's gonna grill her about it. So that was just dumb. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it was like a last minute thing or she wasn't first choice, but she should get sacked.
I mean, it's a funny one. I don't know, John. Like you said, maybe that's what they wanted, isn't it? Because Like, it was clear our directive, innit, was to come across like that, you know what I mean, and aggressive. And if that's your style, that's your style. But it's not going to be, like I said, in that situation, especially like you're in a man's house, you're not going to come across generally, you know what I mean, it doesn't matter who it is. If there's someone in the house and they're trying to come across combative and very challenging, generally most people will come back at that, you know what I mean, especially in their own house.
She should have been coming with open questions. She was coming with big, closed questions. Like, he was just shutting her down. She should have been asking questions like, so we know what you've been accused of. Do you know where these allegations would have come from or anything? She's just basically like, well, this girl said this, she said that, so you've done it, innit? You're this, you're that. You already said that you make girls fall in love and then you make them do OnlyFans and you take their money. You're not, I mean, just big, closed questions. And I'm like, bro, they should have found someone else. That woman was the wrong person to do that interview. And that there could have been a big break. I don't know what else she's done, but that could have been a big break. Someone's like, bro, you actually did the Andrew Tate interview, but nah, man, that was a flop. And that was the biggest flop.
It is strange.
And I didn't know buying expensive cars and smoking cigars was making you a bad role model for that. I don't get it, bro.
Well, shit, it's rubbish. It's rubbish because that's what most rich people do, innit?
Yeah,
take away the smoking.
Deal,
take away the smoking, but they buy expensive cars, don't they?
100%.
What do you think of that? What do you guys think of that whole the old Tate thing?
Just wait and see, innit? Just wait and see how it plays out, man. I think it's easy to be judgmental and you know what I mean, and think what you want to think about him, but let's see, innit, what happens, innit? Yeah, you know, like you said, people have been put away for years and have never done nothing, and also people that have done stuff have gone away as well. So feels like there might be a bit of a narrative to say, yeah, he's this and he's that, and like you said, he said the interview and how aggressive it was at the start, and even all the way through it, really. So wait and see, innit? Give the man a chance, innit? Yeah. I mean, I've seen, you know what I mean, he's allegedly done this and that, but you have to wait and see, innit? He's under house arrest now. There's still, you know what I mean, he's not been up in court or anything yet, you know what I mean? So you have to wait it out, man. It's too early to hang the guy already, I think, you know what I mean?
Let it play out, innit?
Yeah, definitely, man. I think that a lot of people want to hang him and say this and say that, but there are a lot of people that have said and done a lot worse that will never go to prison. I'm not saying this right. If he's done stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
His time, but if there are many a man out there that have done a lot worse that will never see a prison cell, mate, you know what I mean? So I'm not excusing him, but you've got to understand, mate, that, yeah, I don't know, it's a strange one. But yeah, the interview was funny, though, because, yeah, it was just a stupid interview. Maybe if she does another one, or, you know, I'm saying in recent time, might try to change her stance. But as I said, they might be just pushing her to do that, innit? Try to fire him up.
No, I feel there's been something that's happened, but it didn't need to go this far. But because of his influence on society and on social media and all that, and he's bucked the trend, innit? He's gone his own way and done it. He's not gone through other like courses like with certain higher powers, innit? He's just done it his way, and he tells us about the Matrix and certain people at the top, and they don't like it. They're like, wait a minute, this guy's got a big following. He's got a thing as well called Hustlers University or something, innit? That's what the woman was saying. She's like, oh, you've got a thing where people can subscribe and pay, and you teach them how to become millionaires. It's called Hustlers University. The man's like, yeah. And then she started coming with some more bullshit and all that. But my man's like, have you ever watched any of my things or interviews or my social media? And she said no. So my man's like, so basically, someone's giving you that script and you haven't even got your own narrative of what I'm about. You're just going off what someone else has told you. My man even said to her, how about you go and watch it and then we do an interview at a later date and then you come back with, because you don't even know what you're talking about. You're just reading off a paper. Oh, someone said this. I mean, it was all bullshit, man. But yeah, I feel it's a witch hunt still because of his what do you call it? His big
the following.
Yeah, that's it. His big following on social media and in society, and a lot of people do listen to him. So it's like I said, because he's not gone through the higher power. Maybe he hasn't gone through them. They're trying to bring him down, but I do feel maybe there was something that happened, but it didn't need to get to this. But because he's still,
maybe, man, it's going to be a mad thing.
Outspoken, innit?
He's outspoken, yeah, totally. And listen, whatever happens, 100%.
Yeah, of course.
But just an opinion, isn't it? It's just an opinion. We just wanna know how you feel about it, if you feel anything. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's true. It's just, they're saying that prosecutors have got up until the end of June to send the case to trial, innit? So,
and they still haven't got no evidence.
They're just saying that it coerced victims into creating paid pornography for social media. That's what they're saying. So we'll see, innit? They ain't got long, innit? They got late June, so we're in June already, so...
Couple more weeks.
That's it, big man, if they don't sort that out soon.
And when the woman was reading out certain statements from certain women, and my man's like, them women don't exist. My man was like, I beg you, try and find them women. He's like, that's why I got bail, because these people that have given these statements, they don't exist. It's like, my man's like, these aren't real people. Like, he's like, I'm telling you, if this goes to trial, you can't find these people because they don't exist. Someone's just come up with statements and said stuff. He's like, these ain't real people. He's like, that's why I got bail, because the judge seen that there is no evidence. He's like, there is no evidence, but obviously, get me. So it's like what you two said. Whatever lies, whatever happens, isn't
it? Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, man. It's going to be interesting. As I said, they ain't got long. They've got a couple of weeks in it, so
let's just see how that turns out. Anyway, yeah, let's move on. What about your mate Philip? Everyone's been talking about this guy for over a couple of weeks, for a long time. So what's it? We know what he's done, innit? We know what he's done. Was it bad?
We don't exactly know what he's done. It's what he's telling us on the media. We don't know, but
what we know. Okay, all right. He was at this place, at this company, and he had a friendship with somebody at his company, but knew them prior, before they were at that company, right? And before they were at that company, they were underage, yeah?
Yeah.
So what? Okay, let's just start there. What? Is that a good or bad thing, guys? What do you think about that?
I don't know how it would be a good thing, because it all started. He went into a school, and straight away he's formed a relationship with a 15-year-old boy. Like, I don't see how it's wrong in all. It's like, look, we've all got kids. I would not feel comfortable if a big Ross man come into the school and formed a relationship with my son or daughter. I would not feel comfortable with it. And then you've given the youth your social whatever and then you're talking, you're meeting up with the youth. Was it you're paying for him to catch taxis home and them thing there? It's wrong on all forms. Is wrong. It was some grooming thing from a young age. So it's all wrong, man.
What about you, what do you think?
Yeah, it's not a good look for him, is it? It's not a good look for old Philip, sadly. You know, like you said, if you're sort of, I mean, I think, what is he, 61 now? And they're flying, going into schools, you know, yeah, fair enough, you've got your children, you go to school to pick up your children. And maybe you would meet other people's children through who you know what I mean? You can, but it's through parents, you know what I mean? You're talking that, but I don't get where he's having this relationship with this teenage boy and he's looking on him then. And yeah, it's not good, sadly, for him. And it's a sad history with the family, it seems, as well, with the other brother who was a real weirdo, you know what I mean?
What do you mean? What?
With his brother, he got what happened to him? I don't know.
Oh yeah, it was done for some paedophile stuff or something, right?
Yeah, had some sexual offences charged against him, didn't he?
Wasn't he? What was he in the police? Was he something to do with the police force or something? Or he was working with the police, his brother, or something.
Yeah, and he's but he was charged with stuff as well. But the thing about Schofield is, like, he's been married all this time, and this is coming out now. So, you know what I mean? And it's like he's not just linked up with a man like I saw a bit of the interview. He was trying to talk about sort of being a bit homophobic. It's not. It's what you done and from what age he was looking on the boy from. You know what I mean? That's more important than anything. Also, the fact that you're married and you've got 2 kids for how long? But yeah, I don't think there's no hope. But who knows, isn't it? What else is behind that as well? If there's anything darker behind that.
Didn't he come out though? Right? Didn't he come out though?
He come out as bisexual, but then he's been married for how long?
So what does that mean? What, you still with your wife or what then? What is he, still with his wife or he's not with his wife? What does that mean?
I think his wife stayed with him.
She stayed. Stayed, yeah.
She stayed with him.
But that doesn't mean that. You know what I'm saying? He still can go do what he's gonna do there, right? And it must be right.
Well, I think that's it now. I don't know. I mean, with all this that's gone on now, you know, I don't see her being with him. Is she still with him now?
Don't know now. I when he did come out in 2019, she gave an interview and said she was staying with him and she didn't have no idea he was like in that boat. You get it? So
yeah. And they did separate. He did separate in 2020.
So that's,
after being with his wife 27 years.
After when he come out, she must have just dash him away, you get it?
27 years, man, she was with him. And then he come out as gay.
How long was he going in with this nastiness for, bad man? Because
his other ventures.
Yeah, because if the youth was 15 and the youth was 15, he said he never done that with the youth when the youth was 21. So that's 6 years of grooming the youth, yeah? So that's gone into that 27 years of marriage. So to me, I don't believe that's the first person that he's done these things with. So as I'm saying, I'm from his brothers mixed up in these things. I don't know if these two come like they've been conspiring these things from a young age, because for him to ship his brother like that, to dip his brother like that, obviously them two both know what they're going in with, because he must have known for a time what his brother was doing. It's not, he just didn't wake up one day and just catch his brother and be like, yo, I'm going to dip you now, you know. These things have been going on for years. It's not get me. Them two have been going in with this thing, running with this thing. My man's all talking about he's all paying for the youth solicitor. Like, what are you paying for the youth solicitor for?
Yeah, I saw that. It's probably gonna be expensive. That's why, you know, and maybe he doesn't have that kind of money.
Maybe.
Strange one.
I just find it all a bit weird, brother. Like, you've done all of this. Look, you come out in 2019 that you're on that boat there. Your wife stayed with you and all that, right? She said she didn't know nothing. And then you dip your brother, and then your brother gets dipped. You dip your brother. And now this has come out just shortly after your brother got what did you get, like some 12-year sentence or whatever he got, and now you've come out shortly after your brother's got that sentence. Straight away, you've come out and said, I was in a relationship with one boy from 15 when he was 15, but we never done that until when he was 21. Like, what's really going on?
What, you think there's more to come? You think there's more to the story?
There must be, because look, you got to think, in life, you choose to let out certain things or tell certain things. 2019, there was a reason why at that stage he decided to come out and say he's on that boat, innit? There was a reason. He just didn't just wake up one morning and be like, I'm coming out today. Something was building up. It's either the youth was either saying to him, it's either you tell them, or I'm gonna expose you, in it. Or it was his brother either said, yo, I'm gonna tell them what you've done.
When did he come out? When did he come out?
I remember 2019.
How old was the guy then?
I don't.
Because he's 21 now, yeah?
No, I don't think he's 21 now. He's saying he never done nothing with the youth until the youth was 21.
Okay, what is he older? He's older now then, yeah? Older than...
Must be older now, yeah. He must be older now. He's saying he met the youth at 15 and they started doing things at 20 when the youth was 20, 21. So that gives you 5-6 year window. But I don't know how long ago, don't know how long ago this thing was. You get it? Maybe I never watched the interview properly. Maybe he could have said how old the youth is now, but I wasn't.
Yeah. Boy, strange one. That. So what you think? You're straight up. You're straight up against guilty. Yeah, you think he should have left the job and all that stuff. You think he deserves what comes to him. I mean, shit. To be honest, right? He's been in the game for long, innit? And he must have been getting a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
So he must be good for money. I mean, that's why he's paying the lawyer, the solicitor for the guy. You know what I'm saying? Because he can. You know what I'm saying? If he was to bail out, he's all right, right? He'll be all right. I'm sure he must have done some investments and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, man. He's good money wise. He's good. He just ain't gonna. He just shouldn't get no more opportunities to present nothing no more. Like that whole media TV thing, that should get scrapped from it, and they should look back into other. Remember, because like the man said, this man's been doing this TV thing. What did he say? Over 40 years, did he say he's been on the TV screen? So it's like,
so
been doing.
he must have been there same time as the Savile, isn't it? It must have been the same time there, Savile.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I remember Philip used to do that national lottery thing on BBC.
Yeah.
When he used to do the lucky draw thing, and he used to play it. There used to be a little game they used to play. They used to have like 100 people in something, and then they play a little game show before they draw the balls for the lottery thing. And he's, like I said, he must have been around yeah, man, he must have been around in them Jimmy days, man, because if Artie said my man's 61 now, he's been on this thing for time, bad man. So, and I feel he knows more of the people that are involved in this thing, because it's like man said, it was a BBC. Well, it's been a big problem, but look, Jimmy was part of the BBC. Philip started on the BBC. So it's like, it's this BBC thing again. So they know more and more people that was involved in this thing. It's just like everyone's on some hush-hush thing, innit? But if push come to shove, Philip will G them up. If it goes to court, if he has to end up going to court, he will G up a whole lot of people. But wait a minute, but I'm not the only one. There was my brother. There was this guy. This was this man. There was this man. That they G up a whole load of people, and they need to, because I feel we're still seeing people on our TV screens to this day that are involved in that fuckery there.
Oh, you're getting in. So what you say? You're saying like even like maybe the company knows stuff about it, like just like that company knew stuff about the Savile stuff, and they covered it up and stuff like that. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Yeah, because don't you remember? He even said that people were asking certain things, and there was some. I remember he said there was some investigation before, but they didn't take no further action. So this just shows me there's been a lot of shit going on, teacher. It's like, it's not no new thing, innit? He's been investigated. People have been asking questions for time. Like, remember when he even said the thing where the Holly girl asked him, like, are you, like, is there something going on with you and that guy? And my man just like laughed it off, like, no, there's nothing going on. So there's been suspicion from time, bro, but it's like, it's just been swept under the carpet, innit? These TV corporations just sweep it under the, if your face fits, they'll just sweep it under the carpet, innit? Like, oh, it's Philip. Philip wouldn't do that, innit? And just sweep it under the carpet. Look what they did with my man, Jimmy. People were complaining of for years. The BBC was just sweeping it under the carpet, bad man.
So what? Yeah.
So it's like, that's what I'm saying. These things are it's just out in the open for them, but they do their little internal investigation and then they just leave it. Like, so we need to look at these TV companies. What are they doing to protect people and protect and protect what's going on? Because it's all messed up, teacher. Look, there's someone I used to watch from young, and I didn't know. Remember man like Ralph Harris?
Your brother used to watch the cartoon time. We used to watch the cartoons, isn't it?
And when he used to have the cardboard, and he'd be like, oh, weeble wobble. But, bruv, all of that, bruv. I said, what, bruv? And then look, he's the next one. It's like the BBC corporation is, I'm saying, bad man, there's all these people, teachers, like, there's a catalogue, and it's like, look, Ralph Harris, I think he dead the other day or something, and it's like they wait till when they get old, and then when they're dusted now, that's when it comes out. But, bro, you need to be identifying them from the allegations come out, man. You need to identify them. Because if it's anyone normal in the public eye, you already know they're taking that thing serious if you're not in the public eye.
100%. But isn't that the privilege then that you get as a being one of these people on this certain
So this
level?
is where
On this certain level, that you can just actually, they'll just delay it until later on when you're brown bread. Then they'll just talk about you when you're dead. You get to enjoy your life, innit? Is that the guarantee? That's what they're saying. You know what? Do your fuckeries. You get to enjoy your life. When you're brown bread, we'll talk shit about you.
Yeah, man.
Big up Becky Lou in the building again. Becky Lou was saying, right, the man, his brother was a administrator for the police.
See it there?
Oh,
that's the next privilege. That's what you just said. It's a next privilege thing, isn't it? Where like they knew who his brother was. They're like, oh, he's Philip's brother, and he's an administrator for the police. So what they'll do, they'll let you live your life till you get old, and then the fuckery comes out, innit? But really, that thing should have got gutted out from the start. Because don't get it twisted, people make allegations and it's not true, innit? But you got to at least investigate it properly, not just do your little TV investigation and be like, all right, we've done our investigation and we don't believe it. Nah, man.
And what about Cheryl Cole? What about Cheryl Cole? Because Becky says another thing that there was something wrong with. She met somebody. Cheryl Cole met the father of her kids when he was 14 on some TV show as well. So what do you think that? Did you know about that? I didn't know about that. Did you know about that?
No, I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. So if that's happened and everyone knows about that, what is it, double standard then? Or could it be what he said? Philip, could be what he said because he was talking about ice because he's gay, you know? What do you think? Yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it? Strange one.
It's a very strange one.
But you know, yeah, it's a strange one. I didn't know about that one thing, that Cheryl Crow thing, Cheryl Cole. But you know what? Like what looks bad though? His brother was a police officer, and he's done for
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That don't look good. That don't look good at all. For the police nor the family, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
They had this man as a police officer, you know. That's the thing, you get me?
And what was, because I don't know the thing properly about his brother. I'm thinking, was it a thing like, was things brought up before? Was there concerns before? Or is it just a thing like, get me, like, was there, get me? Because to say, look, all these other ones, there were signs, there was questions asked, get me? And it's like everything got swept under the carpet. Is it the same with his brother? What, you just swept it under the carpet because of his position in society? These lot all abuse their positions as well because they're going in with their nastiness and they're using their positions to get to their victims and groom them. And I'm saying, man, because no matter what you see about it, my man groomed the youth. He groomed him.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can't say nothing about. You can't say no. There's no doubts about that because of the helping, the linking up from since they were young and all that stuff, helping and bringing them into the place to do some work experience and all that stuff. That's yeah. Even Becky says this. She says the same thing. There must be something. She wasn't sure why he decided to pay for the lawyer as well. That's what you said, isn't it?
Yeah, so I said on the thing when I said, why did he say that he's agreed to pay for the youth solicitor? Like, What? Why?
Yeah, maybe my man. Maybe he's been threatening to tell. Hey, listen. Maybe it's right what you said before as well. Maybe he was threatening to tell. Some kind of truth or something.
You find that kind of weird as well, teacher. You've done something that people are saying that's wrong to some. He's not. When he was 15 to 21 or whatever, you groomed him. Why would he be using a solicitor that you're giving him if you've been deemed to do something wrong? To me, that's just dodgy. That's dodgy. Because the solicitor's gonna come back and tell you things and be like, "Oh, he's saying this, he's saying that," or the solicitor will be like, "Bro, it's all dodgy. It's all dodgy."
Dodgy stuff, sir. Exactly that. Exactly that.
And maybe more, you can see why that Holly Willoughby's pissed as well, because obviously she's got kids as well, innit? So when she's hearing this now, she's like, "Wait a minute, I got kids, and you've been around my." Get me? They probably call him Uncle Philip or whatever. You know that? Remember, they've had a bond for years, them two. So they've met each other's families and them thing, and then she's probably thinking, "Wait a minute, I might have to check my kids now and ask them certain questions. Does my man come on to you in a certain?" Yeah, it's all. Oh.
Yeah. Because she asked him or something, right? Innit? She asked him and he didn't tell the truth, so
yeah,
he's got to hold that one. Definitely, you got to hold the L for that one. You can't really complain about that. You know what I mean? Especially when people ask you. You know what I'm saying? When people ask you certain things and you lie about it, that's just that is the time for you to be honest. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't, then that's on you. That's on you. Go on.
100%, teacher. It's real what you're saying. Especially when you got youths as well, like that thing's serious, because she must be feeling a way, like she must have to check her youths and be like, "Yo, did see Uncle Philip? Did he ever chat to you or touch you?" Or I don't know how old her youths is, but they can't be that old, because she's like late 30s, so they can't be that old, innit? But so I'm saying, maybe he was on this maybe he was on this Jimmy thing for real, bad man. He was just bringing them in and right. I really need to gut out this whole system, innit? This whole everything, this whole system. I need to check it out and be like, what's going on, man?
100%.
Pure corruption, teacher, and it's just every week or month or whatever you want to hear, we're hearing about this, we're hearing about that, and you're thinking it's never gonna stop, because you would like to say to yourself, when's it gonna stop? But it's not.
He's been on the TV since 1985. Yeah, what are you saying? Are you saying that there's some other stuff? Is that what you're saying, Becky? Because his time overlaps with the old famous one, innit? What's his name? Jimmy, innit? Jimmy Savile.
Jimmy, yeah.
So they must have been together sometime or something.
Or maybe Jimmy did trouble him. You get it? Who knows?
Learning the tricks of the trade. You know what I'm saying? Teaching it, handing it down from Jimmy.
Maybe. Jesus. People there, man. I think someone should interview his brother from in there and be like, someone should interview his brother and be like, so tell us about your upbringing and your brother Philip and how your childhood was and growing up, because mad, brother. I need to check their parents as well, bad man, because that isn't normal behavior.
No. Something's wrong, 100%. But yeah, you know what, right? Probably something happened to both of them. You know what I'm saying? When they were young, because I don't know what's their age difference. It's not a big difference, is it? Their age difference. These Schofield and his brother.
Him and Jimmy.
No, Schofield and his brother.
Oh, I'd like to say, I don't know, you know.
Something could have happened to them when they were younger. You know what I'm saying?
I reckon, teacher, because that's not normal behavior, man. And I'm not saying it's right for one of you, but two brothers, two of you, and you're both in privileged positions as well. Like something, teacher, something.
They need to stop choosing these strange people to be on. You know what I'm saying? Go on these shows.
Exactly.
These are strange behaving people. You know, I don't know what it is.
That's why I rate. Remember what's my man that used to do the Scottish man, Eamon Holmes.
He's been cussing about this old Philip, innit?
Yeah, he's on some American thing now, innit? And he was on there with one woman on some American news thing, and then he basically read out my man's thing about he's chosen to stand down, and Eamon Holmes was like, "Come on, let's cut the crap. You got fired." Dave either said to you, because Eamon Holmes says he knows how this industry works. Dave said to you, "We're gonna sack you, so it's gonna look better if you basically just stand aside and say that you're standing down." But my man's like, "Come on, let's cut the crap. You didn't choose to just give up the job. Dave told you we're gonna sack you. It's gonna look better for you if you just stand down, and we're gonna give you a statement what to say, and then that's it. Boom." And even Eamon Holmes, but look, even Philip said in the thing, he's disappointed in what Eamon said, because when he come out in 2019, Eamon Holmes and that was supporting him in it. So for them to come out and say what they're saying, but of course he's gonna come out and say what he's saying, because this man's turning it into a thing. It's all about him. Like, I feel so wrong done and bad, and you've done wrong.
What about that thing though? What about the Cheryl Cole thing? What about that thing? Do you remember that thing?
No.
You don't remember it at all?
No, I don't know about that thing.
Yeah, because I just wanted to know if there was a lot of people talking about it then. Was at that time when it happened. What about you, Becky? Let us know about that one. Was there a lot of people talking about that thing, that Cheryl Cole thing?
So I'm saying, teacher, it's these privilege. It's happening in everyday life, but people in everyday life, one way or another, you're gonna get caught. But when you're in these positions that you talked about, it's like they sweep it under the carpet. Because if that is true about Cheryl, bro, so what's going on with that? How come that's not how come me and you didn't know about that? Because if it is a thing, like, I'm not saying that she's lying, but why is it not publicized?
Yeah. If this is a thing, that should be a thing as well. You know what I mean? If that was a thing, I mean, this should be a thing. Oh, if this is a thing, that should be a thing. You know what I'm saying?
And we have to get it straight. Is it their ethnicity? Why is like swept on? Do we have to look at that?
Why was it ethnicity, Cheryl Cole?
No. What I'm saying is, when is like people of a certain race, they bring it to the limelight and they bring them to court and they do this, they do that. But it come like, when is the Caucasian people then? It's like they try to like silence the thing, or they just sweep it under the carpet and be like, yeah, they've done this, but they just turn the other cheek. But maybe it's like a next privilege thing, innit? That when you're a certain race, they kind of sweep it under the carpet. But if you're not if your face doesn't fit, they'll do the Michael Jackson thing. They'll do get me? They'll make your shit proper known.
Anything in it, they'll do.
And they'll blacklist you, innit? Look, they'll blacklist you and there's no evidence. But when there's these people, look, my man's blatantly come out and said, I was basically in a relationship with a 15-year-old, but we didn't do nothing until when he was 21. You're telling me if that wasn't like a black man that said that, you're telling me there wouldn't be more uproar?
No, I hear what you're saying. I understand.
I'm
it depends.
I'm gonna try and bun down his yard teacher and tell him come out of the neighborhood. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm looking at it in. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not right. Maybe I'm looking at it in a thing like maybe it wouldn't happen like that. But to me, there's just too much coincidences, and I'm tired of when these stories come out, then they'll be like, oh, it was brought up. We brought it up to the broadcasters and they said they're going to investigate it and certain things. I'm tired of hearing about we did report it, we did do that. So why the hell did it take so long?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's
exactly.
like you said, when you're in a privileged position, it's like they brush it under the carpet because they don't see you as everyday Larrys. You get it? They see you as as the pillar of the community. So they get me? They do their little fake investigation and then they'll be like, well, there's been some complaints and some, get me? But we're not going to take it any further with it. But we just need to let you know if this does come out in the public, we didn't know about it. Just let us know. We're just letting you know. We did an investigation. We can't find any reason to sack you or anything. But if this does come out, we never have nothing to do with it. This is on you. It's all dodgy, man. I'm telling you. And it's kind of hard to believe that Holly girl never know nothing all along. But maybe he hid it well, innit?
Listen, yeah. If you're oblivious, you live in your own life. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily watch everything what's going on around you. But I mean, shit was there, innit?
It's all mad, Peter. It's all mad. His wife didn't know he was like on that boat. Like what? He was hiding that. Like she couldn't tell that he wasn't interested in her in the bedroom department. Or were they even get me? Are those girls even his? Did they meet? She knew that he was on that boat. She got pregnant by someone else. So the money was good. And she's obviously said to him, you stay with me, otherwise I'm going to let out your secret, innit? So, but man, it's a bigger picture than what we thinking. Because how long wasn't he troubling his wife for, man? He got, get me.
Because of what? Because she could have get divorced and get a big payout, innit? Because of him stepping out. Right, innit?
This is what I'm saying. And the next concerning thing, teacher. Cool. He said in his interview he didn't know he was on that boat until when he met this youth, and then when he was 21, he done something with the youth. So what? You find underage kids attractive, do you? But was there no one before that boy? Did you not? Did he not think to himself, I'm on that boat before he met? Or what? he set eyes on that 15-year-old youth and thought, I'm on that boat. Because boy, I don't know. Bad man, I need to proper bad man. That man need to go for judge and jury, bad man. They something. Let me. They need to interrogate his brother, interrogate that you, interrogate the BBC where he used to work, interrogate ITV, interrogate everyone, and he needs to go for judge.
All of them.
Yeah, and he needs to go to trial, bad man. And that needs to, because what? They just gonna let the thing go now. Oh, he's admitted what he's done. He said he didn't do nothing until when the youth was 21. And just leave it like that? And you've openly said you paid for the youth solicitor and you're just gonna leave it like that? No. Something more has to come out of that, bad man. You need to go to trial.
Keep control over the thing, innit? With your solicitor, get your solicitor on the thing is keep control over everything, you know?
Because how you setting up the youth?
He's got something to say then, innit? Maybe the youth.
Yeah. The only reason you paid for the youth solicitor because you want to know what the youth's saying. That's the only reason. Because look, man's been through the court system, yeah. And there's such a thing called, what's it called again, man? A conflict of interest, yeah?
Yeah.
So if it did go to trial or whatever, you can't be paying for the youth solicitor because that there alone's a conflict of interest because wouldn't he be going against the get me? To me, it's all some dodgy thing. And for him to even say that, I've paid for the kids solicitor. Why would you even bring that up? That's how you know it's some tomfoolery thing going on. Some tomfoolery thing are going on. Why would you not say? Let's just not mention that part. That, to me, that's some dodgy thing. Maybe he hasn't realized that he's fucked up in that part. But I clocked onto that bit. Look, you said you clocked onto that bit straight away. And to me, it just didn't make sense. You paid for the youth solicitor.
Yeah, this is from that documentary that was on the first channel, that one channel.
Yeah. Dodgy thing. Dodgy.
Did he do an ITV show as well then, did he?
I don't think so, you know.
Or maybe they just used the whole thing in it and shared it.
Maybe. Oh man. But it's all some fuckery, people. Look. When all right, cool. They said R. Kelly did do something with Aaliyah from when she was 14, 15 or something, yeah.
Yeah.
When it was that, they proper delved into it. You get it? Like, they proper delved into it. Wait a minute, you were with her, you got married at this age right there. This guy is raw telling us, I met you at 15 years old. So for that, court proceedings need to go on, bad man, because from your admitting that, you went into the school to do some talk or workshop or try to find youths to whatever he was doing in the school to do some workshop or whatever.
Finding some youths to work on.
That's what it was.
That's what he did.
What was special? Look. So man need to say, what was special about that 15-year-old boy? What was special about him? Man need to bring him to court and ask him, what was special about him? He said he come across as intelligent and hard working. Yeah, I bet he was, because man don't know what you were doing, what you two. You're telling us about you got 11,300 people on your social media or whatever. So why him? Why him one? One out of them 11,000 people.
I hear you. It's indefendable. You can't really defend him. I don't think so.
It's concerning. It really is concerning because no matter how man look at it, he was one of them lovable people on the TV screens, innit? People's like, oh, Philip this, Philip that. Anything they had going, they're sending Philip and Holly, Philip and Holly, Philip and Holly. Even before Holly, Philip this, Philip that. So it's concerning. They need to check every school he went to, every kid he employed, every kid that was around him, all the jobs that, but they really need to bring this to the forefront because it's like he did that little tomfoolery interview the other day to try and take like, yeah, I'm doing this interview now. I've left the media. Just leave it like that. No way. That they need to bring this thing further now because just the fact you've done that interview now, they need to, man. Remember, before it was all speculation. Now you've come out and told us this and that. So, man.
Yeah. Like I said, indefendable. You can't really defend that. None of the behavior, to be honest. You know what I mean? It's self-explanatory to me. You know what I mean? It's in front of your face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and I kind of wonder, yeah. Remember Maxwell, that woman Maxwell.
Who's that? Oh yeah.
Epstein.
I know. Go on. What about her?
Remember, she said, "I've got a little black book of all the celebrity names that was involved in this thing." Yeah. She said she would have gave up everyone if she didn't do one more day in prison, and the judge didn't agree with it. He's like, you give us the names and we'll give you a shorter sentence. She's like, no. I've got a little black book with everyone's name, all the celebrities' name that was involved in this Pizzagate or whatever you want to call it. I'll give them up, but I'm not doing one more day in prison. And the judge was like, no, we'll give you a short sentence. So to me, he could have been involved. Well, it looked like he was involved in something, but bad man, I'm telling you, that this thing's big. This whole celebrity status and all this public eye and all this thing, they're all colluding in something, Peter. Something they're colluding.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna see. It's gonna unfold. We're gonna see, and we're gonna be here watching, right?
Yeah, gonna be watching, bad man and brother. If man don't see nothing happen in the next 6 months, bad man, I'd rather do one of them thing there. Some what's the thing if you get over 1,000 signatures or something?
Some petition, yeah.
Yeah, but I'd rather do that, bad man, because bad man, you can't be letting these people get away with it. What?
What about hold on? What about you, Becky? Do you think he was grooming? Do you think he was grooming Becky? This Philip? Do you think he was grooming Becky? Just to find out another, you know what I'm saying, a view. Yeah, mate. Don't know, bro. We'll see when she answers, innit, boss? You know how that goes.
Because you know what it is, teacher, man just can't just sit back on this. Because it'll be easy to say he goes to court or not. It's no skin off my nose. Yes, it is. Because it will start showing these people you're gonna get held accountable for what you're doing.
Oh, this is that she's talking about that guy, that girl, Cheryl Crow.
Oh, Cheryl
Cole.
Oh, Ashley Cole's ex, yeah?
Yeah, she's talking about that Cole woman. And there's something about he done an audition when he was 14 in a group, some kind of group. They had a baby together when he was 23.
Jeez, man. This
Liam
grooming.
Payne, I don't know, is that his name? Liam Payne, One Direction, I'm not sure.
Oh, the singer.
Yeah, it's a singer, I think. Audition.
Yeah, he was on X Factor. He think he won X Factor or come runner. I know that name, Liam. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know him, yeah?
Yeah, I know him. He was on X Factor. He won X Factor. Right, I didn't know. I knew they were
that
together,
was the
but
same
I
thing.
didn't know.
That's kind of a similar type thing, right?
Yeah. This is what we're saying, teacher. You see where we come from in life. We see that there's certain type of grooming that we're aware of that's going on. It's going on. We can see going on around us in the society we live in. But it's like we put grooming down to county lines and what's the trafficking and certain things. But these people in the public eye, their grooming is just, it's some different type of grooming, man. Because look, you're a kid, yeah. You meet someone in the public eye. That kid at 15 years old meeting Philip Schofield, he must have felt on cloud 9. Look at Chicky. I was like, meeting. I've met Philip Schofield and he's gave me a social media account. As soon as I reached at that age, as soon as I reached into my yard, I'm finding a way how I can add him on this social media thing and try and get a job or whatever. I'll be like, yo, you can pattern me a job, yeah? All right, cool. I'll go back to my people and be like, yo, I've got a job with get me, Philip pattern me a job. But that's what I'm saying. But these people know who to do these things to, bad man, because them thing they couldn't run with. I get me, a man try and move on, man, bad man. Yeah. Boy, lick out his head back, yeah. But it's a thing, this is it, teacher. But we know what it was. From 15 years old to 21, he sussed out the youth. If that's what the age really was, that he says they first done their whatever they done at 21 years old. From 15 to 21, 6 years, he sussed this youth out. He's like, all right, cool. I'm meeting up with this youth. Yes, I'm taking him for meals. I'm paying for taxis. Go on.
Yeah. Imagine, right? Look, imagine if you met a girl, yeah? You met a girl at school. Say, you're a star, you're famous, yeah? You're famous.
So I'm famous.
You're famous, you understand? You're famous, yeah? And then you went to one school and performed at a school, yeah? And then,
go on.
You met some girl after that, a woman after that, years later said, hey, look, you know what? I was at that school when you performed, do you understand? You know what I'm saying? And even that, you'd turn around when somebody tells you that, yeah? You'll turn around and think, what? You know, understand? You'll question shit like that, you understand?
Yeah.
You'll question that straight away and think, hold on, let me just do some maths quickly before I get in trouble, you know what I'm saying? So, okay, let's just say you didn't, all right, it was a different thing. You met the girl at the school now, you understand? And then, now the girl come contact with you understand, and says she want this, she want to come down to look at how it is to be a musician or whatever, you understand? You're bringing her in, anytime, all that contact and all that stuff, that's the grooming contact, my friend, you understand? That's the grooming stuff.
Yeah, it is. It is. And you know what it is? You would use your status to do whatever or get whatever you want, innit?
Yeah. Or some people would, yeah? Some people do.
Yeah, of course. Because without that status, you're not gonna get to go the whole. You get it? Because if he didn't have that status and he's going into the school and doing a workshop, whatever, this you ain't gonna care about him. If you're just an average Joe, a man's telling you, yeah, I could get you a job, you know, like as a young you, from you don't know this guy, you're thinking, yeah, whatever. Right? But because of your status now, the you get me, he was like, raw, Philip Schofield. Like, he's chatting to me and give me his social media or whatever. I'm telling you, bad man. These things, go on.
All right, could it be also right? Because I don't know about this this One Direction guy with Sheryl Crow, but when is this guy is with are they still together? That's what I'm trying to get out. Are they still together? You know what I mean? And they have a kid. Obviously, they're bonded for life. You understand?
Yeah.
But are they still together now? Because he's not still together with this guy, is he? Innit? This Phillips.
Nah. I think he says he still has contact with him or whatever, but they're not in no cahoots thing right now. They're just whatever you want to call it, friends or whatever. But yeah, they're not dealing no more.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know, mate. Dodgy. You know what I'm saying? Dodgy. Could be that. Just that. I mean, what is that? Would that be different? Whether you be with this person and they're young, right? From they're young, and you stay with it, you're gonna stay with them forever, or yeah, would that make a difference?
It's just still. Man, have to check the initial contact. Man, have to look at the initial contact, man. It's all wrong. There isn't no difference, man. I see where you're asking. Would it be different if he did what he did and he stayed with the youth, or he did what he did and he's not with the youth no more? Innit? To me, they're both as bad as each other.
When there's something on the about the women's football about there, something like that. When there's something similar like that about women's football, where do you remember? Where maybe one of the fans, these footballers now, they're players now, but they were fans or something before and looking up to one of their idols, and then they grew up.
Okay.
They used to play with the idols now, and now even relationship. No, don't you remember we talked about this before?
Yes.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry. That's another show. We'll dig that up.
Yeah, it sounds familiar, though. I'm not. It sounds familiar.
That's another show. We'll dig that up. Don't worry.
But you see what you just said. It's the next privilege, like position that you're in. Because even that, what you just said, it's the next. I mean, you get to take advantage from a young age. You take advantage. They look up. They look up to you, innit?
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly that. You can't say that, and they take advantage of that fact. That fact exactly. It's the Pretty Woman thing. You remember that movie, Pretty Woman? Do you remember it?
Julia.
It's Julia Roberts, yeah. And do you remember, right? He takes her all over the place. You understand? And she enjoys everything. She loves everything. That's exactly what the fucking thing is. You understand? But obviously, it moves according to whatever you think you are and however old you are. You understand?
Yeah.
It changes towards that. You know, go on.
What it is, they show you a life what you can have in, or what you could have. That's what they do. They all these people in these high positions. They show you stuff that you could have. but then they put it on you like, well, you could have this life, but if you want this life, we're gonna have to kind of come to some arrangement in it, because this life don't come for free, in it. It comes with something. It's just, jeez,
man. Exactly that, old chap. Exactly that.
Disgusting.
Nothing don't come for free.
100%.
You know. Or if you're not prepared to work and you're looking to cut corners, that's them other silly ways. That's how them people do. But you know, work hard and do your thing, you know. Good show, old chap. Good show, old chap. It's a shame about we had some technical difficulties over there. Artie had to cut out. So yeah, next time. Big up Johnny in the building.
Yeah, big up teacher, man. Big up you know.
Good one, man. Good one. It's a one we're gonna revisit as well, you know. So
yeah, of course, because no doubt we'll hear more about this in the coming weeks and months and certain things. Yeah.
100%. Big up Becky Lou in the building, always giving us information. Blessings, Becky Lou.
Big up.
All right, and then what? We're gonna try and link for the Wednesdays. What are you saying? Wednesdays? If we can come inside from the sun, you know what I'm saying? If it's not too hot out there, if it's not too baking out there, you know, we might jump in on the Wednesdays. Big up everyone. Yeah, log in, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Yeah. Big up Johnny. Big up Artie.
Big up. Big up our
We see you guys. Blessings.
Bless up.